Okay. So welcome everybody who is watched my previous video about Lego. Just a second. Options for the audio. I didn't ask for the music yet. So yeah, everyone who watched my previous video regarding my mini rant about the Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, the upcoming game that's now finally got a release date for about a couple of weeks now. So, well, several months rather than weeks. But yeah, anyway, I decided I'd make a follow-up and because now we actually have a whole lot of information on the game finally. Oh, two Zealers walking in the arena, look at that. So it's a similar format. As you can see, I got tons of mods installed for the taking in on the game, but everything that I say is basically non-scripted. It hasn't been prepared to be read from the paper or from the file. It's just me giving out my thoughts on the go. So obviously my previous rant was obviously my thoughts as well, but I had to write them out, like to plan them. In this one, I'm just gonna talk mainly about the article that I found on Polygon website about Lego the Skywalker Saga, and pretty much reflect all on the info that I found in the internet and trailers. I'm sure, by the way, we've all seen the trailer about the building your galaxy or building your universe, however it's called, about the Star Wars Lego Galaxy planets and all the stuff that we've seen, but I can't really say much about it because well, there's still, even to the day, isn't that much info on the scale of the open worlds that we are about to witness, and pretty much gameplay features such as what exactly can we level up for which characters, will it be for all characters, and to a certain extent that's a good thing because they don't want to reveal all the information at once, I guess, so keep some secrets, keep some surprises here and there, but that's part of my issue from the rant. They only started revealing it like right now, right before the release itself, so at least thank you for giving us a release window changed, not giving the release window, my bad, giving us release date that was changed from release window is what I was meant to say. So yeah, we have quite a lot of info to go over, but let's focus on the main stuff. Like, obviously the article of Polygon mainly goes over the time crunch, the TT games, Troller Tales games. If anyone doesn't know, the company that works on Lego games is called. So that company has gone through major crunches while working on the game, and while I am feeling sort of sympathetic and I am willing to give a little bit of window for sympathy there, here and there, like basically realizing they've gone through a hard time. And also, one big thing I'm going to say straight away, there have been some reports of bullying in the company. No one should be bullied, and in my opinion, where you work especially, it shouldn't be a thing at all anywhere. Cooperation and bullying are like the antonyms, if you know what I mean. So I have no sympathy for those who got involved in that, but all sympathy obviously to those who did get bullied or discriminated against, because that should not be a thing in any company. So yeah, now that we got that out of the way, I just wanted to say the facts were revealed in that article, that you had the game development started in 2017. Oh, Jungle Fett Super Mod, free roam anywhere. Do we really need the Skywalker Saga after that? Yes, of course we do. But here, so coming back to the actual topic at hand, the development on the game started in late 2017, as they say in the article, and yet the game was delayed 3 times after that. So I mean, I really don't see how they couldn't have any communication done to the players from the company, from the management obviously, from WB Games or from Traveler Tales Games, in regards as to why the game was delayed, or in regards to what was to be expected from the game. And that's where we're coming to the next point, pretty much in the article, is the game design has been changed over the course of development of the game. So even say if the game didn't start in development in 2017, if it was only designed in 2017 and started development in say 2018, they still had tons and tons of time to make pretty much perfect Lego game, you know. And I'm just going from what I read in the article and from what I saw in the trailer. So as a result, well, I'll get results later on, near the end of the video actually. Yeah, so we all know that it's not a good idea to change the design itself midway. Yeah, well, you might have actually heard, if you know something about the game design or any type of design actually, that there is a positive correlation between the time that has passed since the beginning of development and the cost of change in the primary design. So for those who don't understand, what I mean is, the more you go into actually developing a game, coding, like making animations, models, and whatnot, in the middle of it you start changing the actual design of how it was planned to be. So you say, wouldn't it be nice? Oh, Wibney. Wouldn't it be nice? The main enemy of any designer and developer. Wouldn't it be nice to add this and that? And then you have to go over the whole design again, change a lot of things, and recode pretty much most of the primary programming in that section or something. But yeah, the main thing is, you shouldn't really have to change the design if you got the right designers. And it was also reported in the article that apparently the management has changed several times. Well, during the project development, so we got people leaving, people coming in, and that shouldn't really be an issue, you know, because you got the design in place, and it's been changed a few times before that, so by now you should be focusing on development of the actual game, like on the programming, on the animation side, on the models, maps, you know, all the level design, everything. Not level design, level development, I mean, obviously, but yeah. So the other thing that is probably going to be the most major point for most people is that we got a new engine. It's advertised as the biggest Lego game, and people are probably gonna throw stones at me, but did it have to be the biggest Lego game yet? Because some sources say or said that the game was going to be 80 gigabytes on the disk. Some said it was going to be 40 gigabytes. And as far as I understand, it's 40 gigabytes for the download, and once it's unpacked, it's closer to 80 gig. But with all the DLCs coming out, it is probably going to be over to 80 gig. And yeah, the engine that was used was basically NTT engine, New Traveler Tales engine, or however it's abbreviated as, de-abbreviated as, my bad. That is basically not a very smart decision, because they even made a demo of a gameplay in Unreal Engine, which was sufficient, and the management declined it. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say that what they use as all these excuses for the game being delayed, and first of all, some of those are not even excuses really, they're just reasons as to why the game should have already come out before, but in my opinion. But they use the fact that the new engine that was developed internally by the company, by the way, yes, it was developed by Travel Tales Games, but we'll come to that later. So that engine was buggy and unstable, and it took more time to do simple things like import animations and stuff into it. But what I'm saying is that is still no excuse to have 3 delays over 4 years, well, over 4 years to be exact, but let's go with the fact that they started development in 2018, not 2017, so just to make it easier. 4 years of development, and the engine was developed internally, which means they most likely had the access to the source code of the engine, NTT engine, and that should have been like the most obvious thing to do. First you fix the damn engine before you work on it. You check the tools before you start the work, you know. And the fact it's been developed internally, they had access to the code, hopefully, meant was it was on their end that they couldn't potentially import everything as easily as on the old engine. And yeah, by the way, the new engine is basically an upgrade from the old version of entity which was used to develop previous Lego games. So it's like, for those who don't understand, if you know Unreal Engine, the Unreal 4 got developed into Unreal 5. It's pretty much the same thing, but with extra features and bits and bobs. So that's pretty much what happened with the NTT engine for Lego games. So, and the funny thing is, they're not going to use it apparently for developing future Lego projects. So this engine was developed specifically for Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. I'm sorry, I just find it sometimes a bit hilarious, but developing an engine for one game specifically, I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't expect it to be developed for one game, obviously, but it's just crazy sometimes how things work out. But yeah, I got nothing whatsoever against the Unreal Engine, don't get me wrong. I'd actually love to see a Lego game in Unreal myself, but again, maybe it's the poor communication between the management and the actual developers, like programmers, animation makers, like animators, modelers, etc., etc. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised because they had such a poor communication with the player base, the potential player base, their customers. So this is no excuse for that much delays at the end of the day. So that's pretty much all the main points I wanted to go over about the development and behind the scenes of the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga development. So this is like a follow-up for my rant, I know, but it probably turned out longer than my rant by now. But yeah, obviously the conclusion we've all been waiting for. I did pre-order the game. Yes, I will play it, obviously. If I get to it, I will check it out when it's out. Hopefully, I will enjoy it. But one thing there is going to be really, really, really zero tolerance for is the glitches. I know, yep, it's actually like been mentioned in the article itself. When they talk to the management says, "Oh, let's add this and this new thing. Let's add the upgrades trees. Let's get the 27 combo skill tree or whatever." Like in God of War, it made the reference. I'm not kidding. That's all in the article, and they did change a lot of things, and I'm all up for that. Don't get me wrong. I love the RPG system. I love the action RPG in games, and I just hope the game turns out really, really as great as they advertise it. But no, by the way. Before I forget, that's my other tiny issue, that the animations don't look as how can I put it, as inspiring. Nah, not inspiring. They don't look as smooth and impressive, let's put it that way, as in even what we're playing now. Like, I mean, look at the Chewbacca and Jango Fett, like punching, shooting things. Like, it's all really, really smooth and goes from one animation sequence to another. Yeah, I didn't feel that in the trailers the animation was as good, but mainly that was in cinematics. In the gameplay, I can't say, obviously, because we didn't see that much of it, so I'm gonna wait and see. In regards to And the article, as I said, I did buy the pre-order version of the game. I will hopefully play it on the day one of release, and I will have zero tolerance for the glitches. I'm telling you now. 4 years of development, 3 delays. You know, this is as far as it goes. I mean, hopefully it doesn't have any glitches, and the new engine proves worth their time. I honestly hope so, because that was something that they could have avoided, but they went with it anyway, and that's obviously on the management's conscience. So I'm not holding that against the developers, but in the end of the day, let's wait and see the new upgrade system, the new combat, everything. We'll see how it goes. As long as it doesn't have any glitches, it does. We know for a fact people wanted online multiplayer. That's also in the article, and we know that the game won't have it. I'm kind of a bit sad, but I wasn't expecting that much of it originally in the game when it was announced, and when it was shown in the trailers. In fact, the third-person approach over the shoulder camera, I'm surprised it even has any co-op, so yeah, let's wait and see how it goes. For now, those who want to play online will probably be able to do so over the remote play in Steam, or I don't know, Parsec, or some other program that was used for many years now. Yeah, so oh, another question I guess is, will I be modding the game, the new Lego Skywalker Saga? And again, like, you can see how much I love the complete saga. I've put probably hours of work into some of the mods in there. Like, Chuzilla alone is probably one of my like, not favorite, but you know, one of the hilarious additions I made to the game, when I thought this should be part of the Jedi arena. But yeah, as I said, hopefully I'll try out the game on release day, and if I really like it, then I might actually mod it pretty much like I did Lego Star Wars Complete Saga. If not, then, well, I guess I've lost my money. So I really hope the game works out, and I wish all the best to 1010 developers and to the remaining TT developers, because in the article it did mention that some devs actually went for the creation of their own studio, but I'll leave the article in the description just so that you can have a look at it yourself. And yeah, that's my take on the upcoming Lego Skywalker Saga. I hope you all enjoyed it. Victor's Wagon 360. See you next time.